and praying to God. I would like to die on the parade ground while coaching, on the ground while coaching. I told everybody that's my life. I like to die on the parade ground while coaching. That is my ambition. I pray to God, take my life while I am coaching. That is my ambition. That is my ambition, to be frank with you.
Which drives the city to a state of frenzied hysteria is football. This people's game has a fan following in Calcutta as nowhere else in the world, matching the fanaticism of South American football mania.
So we put in that strongest group. There also we did wonderfully well. When we played against Hungary, the people started telling us, even our own Indian contingent people were telling, अरे आप लोग जा रहे हैं हंगरी के साथ खेलने के लिए, कितना गोल खाएंगे? बैग देंगे एक वो चावल का लियाने वाला बस्ता, क्या बोलते हैं उसको? वो बैग देंगे, आप उसको जो जितना गोल देंगे उसको भरा के लाओ.
Of Balaram, P.K. Banerjee and Chuni Goswami. This trio combined so well, they were tormenting the Hungarian defence. And most European critics felt that India had almost reached European standards and were by far the best country in Asia. To just give a small, to give an idea of how great that Hungarian team was, in the 1966 World Cup, Hungary trounced almost the same players, a few changes obviously in 6 years, trounced Brazil of Pele, Garrincha and people like that by 3 goals, 3-1 again. An outstanding team we had in those days. I mean, that was really an excellent phase for Indian football.
Somehow we have lost by 2-1. The next day paper बहुत फ्लैश किया, बहुत कुछ लिखा इसके बारे में. तो जब ये वापस हम लोग इंडियन विलेज में आया था, जो बोला था हम लोग 10 गोल खा के आएंगे, अब बस्ता देंगे उसको 12 के लाओ, उन लोग के खड़ा होके हम लोग हैंड सेकंड करके ऐसा हाथ ताली देके हम लोग को वेलकम किया. अरे बॉयज, वेल डन, वेल डन, वेल डन, कीप इट अप, यू हैव मेड अस प्राउड.
Rahim was a very, he was a psychologist, had a very sardonic sense of humor. He was never very emotional, always gave them players their space. He coached them, then went to his room. They're grown-ups, look after yourselves. For the first time, they saw him very emotional. He said, आप लोगों से कल एक तोहफा चाहिए, सोना जीत के आना. It was like a death wish. He knew he wasn't going to survive. The players didn't realize it. They just thought that he's making an emotional appeal. In this match, the real hero was Arun Ghosh, thin, lean defender who was discovered here at this delegate stadium, Ambedkar Stadium, just out of college playing for Mohun Bagan. This is Rahim's greatness. He played the Duran final for Mohun Bagan against Mohammedan Sporting, played very well, lean, lanky, good tackler. And Rahim saw him that one match and called him over and said, you come for the national camp. And Arun Ghosh was a hero. When the Koreans were dominant, he was at his absolutely brilliant best.
So I did for my country from behind and creating opportunities for other strikers and taking the responsibility to build up the team in the midfield region and controlling the ball, dribbling here and there and passing. So basically I was a game maker and giving a shape to the team all the time as an inside forward. Those days we had not two striker, one striker, 2 wingers and 3 halfbacks and inside forwards were there. Different systems. But whatever the system it was, basically I believe that ball control is no substitute, and fortunately God has been very kind to me that I was depending much on the ball control and I could manage in the midfield, creating opportunities for other football players, strikers as such. So basically I'm not a scorer, but in the process I got a lot of scores certainly.
What my generation witnessed in 1962 at the dinner table in a joint family all the men, what we were discussing is Chunni Goswami a better player, or Yusuf Khan a better player, or Balaram better than Chunni Goswami? Will Mohun Bagan beat East Bengal, or will East Bengal beat Mohun Bagan? You know, that was the talk of the town in the buses, with my father, with my uncles. I mean, the women used to get fed up. Okay, you know, isn't there anything else you all can talk about? So that atmosphere has never come back. People now talk about football is Ronaldo, Messi, Beckham, Rooney. Nobody talks. I think only besides Sunil Chhetri, nobody will name 3 Indian football players. So we couldn't have named in my generation because there was no exposure to literature. Even myself, in the 60s, till the 66 World Cup, I couldn't have named more than 10 international footballers. Pele, Garincha, Bobby Charlton, and maybe a few others. All we talked about was Indian football, and the standard was so high, was so entertaining. I frankly feel Chunni Goswami could dribble as well as practically all the Brazilians, as good as Ronaldinho or Robinho. It's just that there's a big hype about international players. Balaram was as good as Thierry Henry at his peak. You know, but there's no television to support it. You have to trust my words or P.K. Banerjee's words or, you know, words of coaches. The work rate of people like Balaram. Yusuf Khan was like, he could play a central defender, right back, midfield, creative midfielder, defensive midfielder, inside forward. And Yusuf Khan was 6 foot tall. We were lucky also that generation, a lot of tall players, and it was very competitive. Mohun Bagan, East Bengal, Hyderabad Police, Mohammedan Sporting, then the Punjab clubs came up. The services teams were very good. So we watched very competitive and interesting football, and that is how this passion developed. After the match, we used to stand outside the stadium for hours on end. There was no cafe coffee day and all to sit in. You sat outside, had little cups of tea and kept discussing. Also the players were much more free and friendly. Some they would come and sit and chat with us, and it was just a passion which grew. Then one played also. I kept on playing at all levels in the Delhi League, and this interest grew. It's very difficult to describe. I carried this forward and kept playing. After playing, one moved into commentary and writing. Also, I think it was fortunate the 82 Asian Games came at a time when, you know, suddenly all India Radio, Doordarshan, they needed people who could speak on games other than cricket. Because up till then, all India Radio and Doordarshan did was cricket commentary. So then suddenly there was a vacancy for all of us, and we came into it. And then moved on, then the Star TV, ESPN came, you know, so it just steps kept coming.
जैसे स्टेडियम में घुसो ना, I feel my God, I'm just first 10 minutes I was just look at, you know, I'm just turn everywhere and see सिर्फ काला काला मुंडी दिखाई दे रहे. उस टाइम 130 और 35 स्पेक्टेटर आया फुल जितने भी चिल्लाए ना why is coming.
For me, Mohun Bagan was the best team then. Mohun Bagan was Barcelona for me, what Barcelona is now. You know, I ran away from a family funeral to watch Mohun Bagan play. You know, everything came secondary to watch those clubs. There used to be those great tournaments in Delhi, DCM football tournament and the Durand football tournament, which used to go on for over 1 month. Yes. And Mohun Bagan had this tradition, slightly old-fashioned ideas that we don't take part in a tournament which has a commercial venture like the DCM, which was a private sector company. So they used to only come in the Durand. So we used to be desperate to see them because, Chunni Goswami and all. You see, again, I'd like to clarify, I say we were lucky that 63, 64, 65, when we were seeing these clubs and the top Indian players, we were seeing the best in Asia. India was Asian Games gold medalist in 62, beating both Japan and South Korea. 64, we were AFC Asian Cup runners-up, narrowly lost to Israel. So we were seeing the best players in Asia. So, you know, to watch Chunni Goswami, and then remember there's no television. So to watch Chunni Goswami on the ground was something you'd give up everything for. And Durand was somehow always in the winter months. Fortunately, school was the winter holidays. Right. Delhi used to be bitingly cold then. So there was no Christmas party, no New Year's party. It was all football and Mohun Bagan.